let's do some Jeep things. This is a sweet 2012 Jeep Wrangler. It needs some minor repairs, nothing major. It's got a bad wheel speed sensor. One of the calipers is dragging and it needs a thermostat. While we're doing the thermostat, we're gonna go ahead and flush the coolant and we'll replace the radiator hoses and the heater hoses. Yeah, I've already done the diagnostics, so we don't have to stare at a scan tool. Let's start throwing parts at it. Well, let's start with the easy stuff. It needs a right rear wheel speed sensor. It has an open circuit code in the ABS module. Pretty simple diagnosis. On this Jeep, the left and right wheel speed sensors are the same. They have the same part number. So I just rigged up some leads and I connected the right side connector to the left side sensor and the code went away. You can't always do that. Sometimes the left and right sensors are not the same and they have diodes inside that are different polarity or different values or whatever. You can fool yourself that way. Of course, it's got the Chrysler red lock on the connector. Come on. There it is. Come on, little buddy. There you go. Boy, Chrysler does not want that connector coming off there, do they? There it is. Well, I guess. Might as well get it over with. Make the big mess. Oh boy. Whew. Yeah, that's dragging pretty good. Is it the caliper or is it the bracket? Yeah. She's not moving. Right. Now she sees right up. I guess one more thing we should probably try is cracking the bleeder loose. Once in a while, you see a unicorn. Usually what happens is part of the lining inside the hose comes apart and it folds down and forms a check valve. I don't think it's the case here, but we should probably try it. Ah, look at that. Huh? We got ourselves a unicorn here, folks. So it's got a bad hose. Very interesting. Well, I'm glad we checked that. The problem is, I already bought a caliper, and I didn't buy a hose. That wasn't very smart. I wonder if we can find one of those. Alright, seems to be good up to there. Well, that appears to be correct. I think there were 3 different options for the brake hose. There's like a 21, a 28, and then a 30 something. And the 30 something is for Jeeps like this that have a lift kit. This has a rough country, I don't know what it is, 4-inch lift or something. Anyway, we don't need the longer hose because it has this bracket that drops the brake hose down, and then they just mangled the brake line to fit. And you see it's got the ABS sensor kind of unhooked to make it fit. Yeah, let's get it on. Of course it's in the wrong spot. Why wouldn't it? I broke that off. Well, come on, Jeep. Why did you do that to us? Well, we got one off. Okay, I guess. I don't even know what happened on the left side. So it's got these wheel spacers. One of the studs is broken off. I can see inside where they cut the end of it off. It's got about 4 threads of engagement. And then the brake hose, it's not even bolted to the axle. So we probably ought to fix that. Looks better. That's not a tool you use very often, but it's handy when you need it. They had red Loctite on all these studs. I'm not doing that. We'll put a little blue on them there. just for fun. Alright, I did replace the caliper slide pin boots. One of them was torn pretty badly. There we go. I have no explanation for that, but I think we're fine now. Alright folks, she's back. Everyone's favorite brake bleeder.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing. Alright, pump it up until you get a slightly firm pedal. Well, piston's moving. That's already more than we had before. A couple more times. Now push down. Let up. Push down. Let up. Push down. All right. How's that feel? Okay. I think we're good. There we go. Well, folks, we're getting pretty close. Got the radiator hoses installed. Got the heater hoses installed. I expect to do some trimming on these. Usually they come in way too long. You got to cut the ends off. No big deal. Got it full of coolant. We have to have a new air filter. The filter itself is in good shape, but the seal is all mangled. So we've got a new one. Go ahead and stick that in. Like so. As far as the coolant goes, this is a 2012. So it takes an HOAT coolant, hybrid organic acid technology. The Chrysler stuff is crazy expensive, if you can even find it. It's like $50 a gallon for the concentrate. So I'm using this Xerox Go5. This works pretty good for Fords as well. It's a minefield as far as coolants go, because Chrysler switched, I think, in 13 to an OAT coolant, and it looks exactly the same. I think they were both pink. And at some point they changed the OAT to purple, I think, because so many people were mixing them together. Anyway, like I said, it's a minefield when it comes to coolant. There's, the old ethylene glycol, there's propylene glycol, there's OAT, HOAT, NOAT, POAT. So, yeah, good luck. Looks good. Interesting. So I got live data for the ABS module pulled up, and it is not happy about it. Just keeps flashing and beeping at me. That's weird. Must be a glitch with the launch scan tool. Yeah, it doesn't like it. All right, let's go for a little rip. She's a three peddler. Well, it stopped beeping, but more importantly, our wheel speed sensor is working. That's good. All right, the other good news is the coolant temperature. It's up to 204. Like I said before, it wouldn't get above 170. So if we can believe this number, then it's working correctly. Gotta be careful though, because a lot of times it's a substituted value. So the computer tells us what it thinks it should be based on runtime and a bunch of other factors. But it's not setting a code, so I think we're all set. Yeah. This thing's pretty sweet. I like Jeeps. I'd like to have one. Just the prices on them are just crazy right now. Can't even think about buying one. Well, the only problem with this one is it's got those 34-inch tires, and you must not have ever changed the gear ratio. It'll go about 40 miles an hour in reverse. Still fun to drive though. Alright folks, that's it for the Jeep. Yeah, pretty easy job really. Kind of nice to work on something that isn't a complete pile of junk. I'm gonna go do some sweating. Max is gonna do some panting. It's hot today. Heat advisory, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm assuming it's about 98% humidity. Yeah. See you next time.